Stephen A., you said on the show yesterday the Rockets are not better than the Warriors, in any areas. Jalen, you agree with that?
Wow, that's a strong statement. While I'm not going to come on this program and be the hot take guy and say the Houston Rockets are going to upset the Golden State Warriors today, I'm not going to do that. I will point out some areas, however, they've become the formidable foe and that they are actually better than the Golden State Warriors in these phases. Number one, this is the most blasphemous one that's going to surprise everyone. They're better at shooting the three. They make almost more than 4 3-point shots per game than the Golden State Warriors, Stephen A. How about this? They're better at getting to the free throw line. That's makes and attempts. How about this? They've been better in the isolation game also. Chris Paul and James Harden are amongst the best at not only breaking down the defense, but scoring the basketball in isolation situations. And lastly, when you look a little bit deeper into the Golden State Warriors roster, of course they have 4 All-Stars who are terrific. Iguodala's been a Finals MVP. He and Livingston have found their footing as of late. But those two guys been up and down. When Draymond Green gets in foul trouble, or if he finds a way to get a technical foul or get himself ejected, look a little bit closer at the depth they have up front. Zaza Pachulia, David West, while he's had a really good career, he's a little long in the tooth. JaVale McGee shown he could play some quality minutes, but I'm not necessarily relying on him in the big game. And lastly, before I allow you to go, Stephen A., they're relying on Nick Young to play quality minutes. I hope that he's able to do so, but I have to wait and see. As opposed to the Houston Rockets, Eric Gordon has been terrific this year. He's been a sleeper all season. Clint Capella played at an all-star level, putting up a double-double amongst the league leaders in field goal percentage and rebounding. How about the fact that Gerald Green was not in the league? Now he's playing quality minutes making threes. They add Joe Johnson. They have defensive toughness with Ba Mute and Tucker and Trevor Ariza. I think this team, top to bottom, is also better than the Golden State Warriors.
Well, first of all, I smiled, Molly and Max. I smiled and I laughed because, Jalen, and I mean this affectionately, Jalen Rose is as slick as they come. This brother is so smooth. You have to pay attention to the things that he doesn't say as much as the things that he does say. Now, regardless of the fact that I know my basketball, let me use a line, Max, that I repeatedly say and I've repeatedly said throughout the years. I am brilliant because I know I'm not. I listen to those who are, and I learn from them. Understand that Jalen Rose and I go back more than, not to you, Max. Understand that Jalen Rose and I go back more than 20 years. This brother and I have been talking basketball back and forth for 20 years. Because, see, I remember Jalen Rose when he was on the Indiana Pacers, leading them in scoring when they went to the NBA Finals. Both him and Reggie Miller was averaging 18 points a game. You had Rick Smith. You had Mark Jackson. You had Austin Crozier on the squad or whatever the case may be. Here's the deal. I did not mean to imply that there is nothing better about the Rockets to the Warriors statistically, because the statistics are there. All you got to do is look them up and see certain categories where they may be better. I'm talking basketball talk. I'm talking about what the eyes see. I'm talking about calculating and projecting what we will see when the pressure comes on and it's time to deliver. You can talk to me about James Harden and what he brings to the table. You can talk to me about CP3 and what he brings to the table. And we all know they're surreal, they're superstars, they're future Hall of Famers. I got nothing but love for them both. But I ask a rhetorical question to you, Jalen Rose, Mr. Fab Five, because you'll always be Fab Five to me. Let's be clear, Jalen Rose, what has happened to CP3 when he's going up against Steph Curry? What has Steph Curry done? What does Steph Curry done when he's going up against his brother in terms of shooting? By the way, when we look at the Golden State Warriors, we see a plethora of individuals shooting some threes. None of them are at 40%, but we've got 3 guys on the Warriors who are going to combine to take 50 shots a night, all shooting better than 42% from three-point range. So we have to pay attention to that. When we look at isolation, we all know, Jalen, that who's better than James Harden at isolation basketball? There's very, very few people that are better. But guess what? Is isolation ball going to beat the Golden State Warriors? Is isolation ball going to be effective against the Golden State Warriors? That's how I was answering the question. I'm saying when you go up against these brothers, all 6'6" and above, lengthy, gets out and defends perimeter shooters and what have you, help on defense in the interior. We know what happens when they amp it up. Are these guys going to be able to do that against the Golden State Warriors? My answer is no, which is why I said I don't give a damn what category. Hold on, Max. What category you pick, it doesn't matter, because against Golden State, when it really counts, they will be inferior in those categories to Golden State. That's what I was talking about.